everyone, it's Margaret here. I took a while to make this video for my Romeo and Juliet album. I did try recording a bit earlier, but for some reason it wouldn't upload. So here I am now. I just wanted to share with you this latest journal. As you know, I love romantic things, and the story of Romeo and Juliet is a classic, and I love it. And the inspiration came from this beautiful deep rich burgundy vintage fabric that I had found a while ago, and I thought it would be nice to save it and do something a little bit different in terms of making a journal. Now, as you can see, the front page is focus is on the picture of Romeo and Juliet, and then I've added this beautiful ruffle in the burgundy fabric, repeated it underneath just to break it up a little bit. And this particular piece all around is actually a doily, a gold thread doily, which has the foam backing. I'm sure you've all seen them. And I took the backing off, which made it lightweight, and I added it in between, in behind this ruffle to frame the entire page. I made this rolled rose out of the same fabric and added a tassel for the opening section here. And this journal has lots and lots of tassels and different sizes and different tones of beiges and golds. As you can see, the bottom here is very dangly, and I had found this beautiful loop ribbon trim on a sweater quite a while ago, and this came in perfectly for the fringe at the bottom of this journal. I also searched for saris. I really love the work that's done in the Indian saris. The garments are absolutely beautiful, and I've used this scallop piece on the bottom here, and I've also repeated it on the back underneath the tassels and fringe on the back as well. And as you can see, I've also cut out these pretty flowers from the same sari piece. I repeated it over here and added a little Romeo and Juliet banner on the picture. Now, these colors of gold might come out looking yellow on the reception, but they really are truly gold, and I don't like the yellow color that I got before, so hopefully it'll come out a proper color. Now, here on the bottom, I've added some beautiful golden beads. And in keeping with the Romeo and Juliet theme, I created this little vial that says sleeping potion. And then again, dangling on the chain, I added a little handmade dagger. It came out not too badly, and with a little turquoise stone on it. And that dangles on the bottom for a little bit of interest, and that really came out nicely. So getting to the first page, again, I've used a lot of vintage doilies. These actually were from my antique lace stash. I have used a little bit of my antique pieces in this particular journal because I wanted to keep with the old theme that was correct for the period. And as you can see, I've added a little bit of fringe. I've looped and looped several layers of this beautiful vintage lace ribbon, created like a little draping bow, and put a little handmade stick pin in a gorgeous rich burgundy color. Underneath here, I've added just a little bit of this gold lace trim, which just adds a little bit of sparkle and breaks up the beigey color of the doilies that I've used. The next page, again, this pretty image of Romeo and Juliet. I've actually trimmed it off with some beautiful gold trim that I had in my stash, and each corner I added these little gold metallic corner pieces to add a little bit of sparkle and interest. And this entire page was actually layered in these beautiful vintage flowers. I actually took these off two different garments, and I just layered one on top of the other to give it a real dimensional look. These were already, they already came with pearls in it, so I didn't have to do much to those. Then I've added a little filigree brooch piece on the top, and this is actually from a curtain. It's not vintage, but I dipped it in coffee, so it looks very tattered and discolored. I actually printed this off a Victorian frame picture because I wanted to have a little bit of this floral motif on it, and which adds a little bit of color, and I really love the way that that turned out. So there's that page there. The next page, I had this beautiful burgundy and gold trim, fringe trim here, which I used to border the image of Romeo and Juliet once again. And this was done in layers of this particular lace trim. As you can see, there's 3 layers of it, and in between I added this little ribbon, not ribbon, but little trim in this gold color. This is actually a piece from my vintage antique laces rather, and I just layered that at the bottom here, and it turned out really pretty. I added a little bit of this gold ribbon underneath the burgundy trim, a little bit of tassel here, and this I created myself by using the these flat gold filigree gold pieces that I just bent into an arch because I didn't have anything in my stash that was suitable. So I made that myself, and then just added this little red crystal piece on it to give it a little bit of prettiness. Now I had this also in my stash. It's actually a real little book, and I turned the theme into a Shakespeare book, and actually has tiny verses in it from the Romeo and Juliet play. So that's in there, and it dangles off with these little gold pieces too, again, which adds a little bit of sparkle. So that's a really, really pretty page. I found this gorgeous runner in these gold, it had these gold stars and this scroll script embroidery on it. I loved the colors and I thought it was just perfect. So I created a strip with points at the top and bottom, included some studs and some trim, and again, underneath there's layers of these beautiful tassels. And as you can see, this particular lace is very, very old. It's an antique lace once again, and that sits at the bottom of these pages, and that's that page. Now this page, again, very, very textured. I used the same fabric to do the rolled roses right here. And you don't have to always use a plain or one color fabric to make your roses. I decided to make it in this fabric, and it came out really pretty, and just trimmed it off additionally with some other little ribbon rosettes. I added these beautiful tassels on the bottom with some gold trim that I added in a beautiful burgundy and gold. And then on the corner of the page, I added this little ruffle of gold, again the same fabric, a little ruby looking a crystal piece here, which adds again a lot of sparkle and shine. And then I also added the famous quote from the play, "What is in a name?" and I included that as part of that page. So there you can see that page there. Whoops. That's the beauty of dangles. When you have dangles, sometimes they get caught up and... Okay, there we go. Now, I had this tablecloth for the longest time, and I was contemplating whether to cut it up. I finally did decide to chop it. And all I did was trimmed each piece of the flowers, the leaves, and then just layered one on top of each other to frame the other image of Romeo and Juliet. And on the bottom of this, you'll see tassels. I also have some little dangle pieces which relate back to the story of Romeo and Juliet. There are little hearts, a little vial with a little heart in it, and that finishes off that page right there. Oh, and this little vintage earring that I added on the corner. The final page, the pocket page, I decided to use again that same fabric. It just ties everything together. I just love it with this this loop fringe trim with gold in it, and I shaped it into a heart. Added again tassels and these burgundy beads at the bottom. And this page also contains, I did this on parchment paper and tattered it up and burnt it to make it look old, with a little cherub on the corner. And this is the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet, which I really love. So I thought that would be nice to keep as part of the journal, and I just slipped it in the pocket here at the back. So there you see it. There's the back. Oh, and the spine. The spine, again, I used every bit of this fabric to create these double yo-yo flowers with the gold buttons on the center, and that finishes off the spine. So there you have it, ladies. I hope you like it, and I hope the color is true, because I don't like the yellow appearance of the gold when it's really not that way. So again, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, ladies, and see you again soon with another project. Bye for now.